Tarte Cosmetics, you know him? You heard of him? I'm sure you have, with the Shape Tape concealer and all that shit. And the never-ending brand trips that just... is it a brand trip? Or are you only going just to drink yourself into oblivion? Alcohol-induced coma. So Tarte Cosmetics was founded in 1999 by a woman named Maureen Kelly, who, believe it or not, is still the CEO. She shouldn't be, I'll tell you that. So she started from humble beginnings in her one-bedroom apartment, flat, studio apartment, whatever it was. And she has built this multi-million-dollar brand. It's a disgusting brand. I don't like it. There's been so much controversy. And as a beauty brand, just stay away from the controversies, honey. You don't need to get yourself so worked up. You don't need to get yourself so involved in them, do you? No. But apparently Maureen didn't get that memo. Did she now? No, she didn't. Sorry, I didn't actually mean multi-million-dollar brand. I meant multi-billion. Yeah. So I guess this brand really grew to start with because it was like cruelty free, and of course their iconic Shape Tape, which me personally I think it's far too much to be having under your eyes. You know, personal opinion and whatever. In the bin you go. See you later. Bye, Felicia. Anyway, I think it became popular for being like eco-friendly, cruelty-free, kind of being skincare infused when it comes to the makeup products, which people obviously back then especially loved. So I'll just say it straight away. The main reason that I don't like Tarte is because of the allegations of racism when it comes to the brand owner. Obviously, I'm a normal person, I'm a sane person, I'm a normal thinking person, so obviously anything to do with racism, I'm not about, don't like it. It really says a lot about you as a person if you are racist. And obviously the fact that I'm half Indian, so I am mixed race myself, it's just not, it's a very sensitive subject and it always has been, always will be. So just a bit of background on things like the brand trips when it comes to Tarte. A lot of people have noticed that when these brand trips are taking place, black creators and creators of colour have supposedly not been treated the same as white creators. Obviously, what other reason would there be for that? What other reason would they be for that? Other than racism? If you are treating somebody different based on the colour of the skin, you're not okay, you're not alright. Treat as if they're second tier and that they don't deserve to be there. I am sorry. In fact, I'm not sorry because if you are going to judge someone based on the colour of their skin, that says a lot about you as a person, and none of it good. It means you're racist. And the worst, lowest life form. In May of 2023, they did a brand trip to Miami for the F1 shenanigans. At this event, at this brand trip, a creator called Bria Jones said she felt like a second tier person because she was given a shorter itinerary list than her fellow white creators. And I'm sorry, like, there's no excuse for it. If you are inviting a group of creators onto a brand trip, you better make sure that every single creator is doing the same things. There's no reason. There's absolutely no reason. If it's a case of there's too many people, then make the list of creators you want to take on this certain brand trip smaller. Simple. Problem solved. Maureen, I will take your job, okay? We swap, yeah? Another influencer creator called Cynthia Victor also noted how different the hotel room sizes were. So apparently people of colour were getting smaller hotel rooms than the white creators. Why? Why? It makes no sense. And all you are doing is just adding fuel to everybody's fire of Maureen Kelly, you are a racist. In my opinion. As always, she's very dismissive when it comes to, like, if she gets any kind of backlash, if Tarte receives any kind of backlash, she's very dismissive, quick to kind of get on and do it, get ready with me's as she is going through things and kind of giving her version of an apology. And again, as a brand, that is not a good sign. You need to take accountability, you need to change the way you are. Obviously, if she is actually racist, then she'll have a very hard time trying to change that. But even other little minor issues that people call her out on, where's the apology? Where's the real feeling? It's another brand where you can just see straight through the owner, and all she gives a fuck about is money. That's all she cares about. As long as you're a multimillionaire, fuck everyone else, right? The controversies didn't stop there, though, okay? In January of last year, they did another brand trip. And it's funny because it's like, when something happens, economy-wise, when it's going to shit, it's when people are already struggling worldwide cost of living crisis and all that. Anything like that, Tarte come along with a brand trip. Is that what's going to fix everything? Is that what is going to fix everyone's problems? Seeing a load of influencers, most of them not even that likeable, on a brand trip, funded by a racist. Allegedly. So, Tarte took a group of influencers, content creators, whatever you want to refer to them as, on a trip to Necker Island in January last year. Can I just add, this was right after the LA wildfires that destroyed people's lives. Destroyed so much for so many people. And Tarte thinks it's appropriate to just, hey, come on guys, let's have a brand trip. She's not all there. So of course it's just, you know, massively insensitive. So insensitive. You've got people living in the same country as you who have had their lives and their homes destroyed. So what did Tarte do as a multi-billion-dollar brand? Did they help? Did they donate? Did they do anything that they can to help in any way? No, they didn't. They just arranged another brand trip. To take influencers who are already really entitled, really well off, not affected by the wildfires, not needing any kind of respite, on a brand trip to Necker Island. Well, I mean, if that's what your priorities are, Maureen, then there's a few things wrong. To make it just that little bit worse as well, I'm sure this was the same brand trip where loads of the influencers were just arguing all the time. What a lovely place to be. In Necker Island, with the best brand in the world, having the time of your life, and it's so peaceful, and you're not arguing. No. They also have a tendency to take influencers who are nothing to do with the beauty industry on these trips. That's like Gordon Ramsay coming over and asking me to, like, make him a beef Wellington. I'd have no chance. Why? Because I'm not a chef. Why? Because I can't cook beef Wellington. Why? Because I don't care. So, Tarte are taking people who, for example, fitness influencers, food influencers, and taking them on brand trips. Why what are you gaining from that? And I saw Robert Welch do a video about Tarte, and this is what actually made me want to do one myself, because he said something about, it's almost like Tarte want you to hate them, and I fully understand that. I fully agree with that. You're telling me, as a brand that's been around for over 20 years, that you don't know what you should and shouldn't be doing or saying? I mean, I can believe it with the type of person that Maureen is, but is it likely? is all I'm going to ask. Is it likely? It just makes no sense, because obviously part of the reason that you invite influencers on a brand trip is so that they promote and they want to talk about it and put it on the stories, share it on all the social media platforms. If you've got someone who does fitness or food related stuff, where's the correlation? It makes no sense. It's like you're doing it because you want people to talk about it and be like, what the fuck is this? Which obviously is going to gain them some kind of attention, some kind of traffic to the sites or their pages. It's going to do something, because here we are talking about it now. But I'm just going to say, okay, I mean, if it ain't obvious anyway, I don't like Tarte. Overrated, overpriced, rude, racist, in my opinion. Many different issues. So I haven't mentioned it yet, but Tarte call these brand trips tripping with Tarte. Such a clever play on words. Maureen. Nothing personal again, so I obviously don't know her, but from what I know of her, I wouldn't want to. Which, you know, I think the name Tripping with Tarte is quite fitting, because they are tripping. They are tripping. Most of the time they are tripping. Falling. Just as a brand, you need to do better. I don't know, I am just one person. I'm not even any kind of professional when it comes to having a brand. I don't have a brand, never had a brand, but it's got to be common sense, surely. Is it not? Am I wrong? It's got to be common sense. I don't understand how so many brands are making so many mistakes. And it's not even just little tiny mistakes, big mistakes. The audacity of some of these people is unreal. And just to quickly talk about the LA wildfires again, after obviously people lost their minds when they realised that she hadn't donated anything to like help people, she apparently donated $250,000 to World Central Kitchen and other local like response organisations. But this is something, again, she should have done before. You have all this money, something so devastating has happened in your country, and that's not your first thought. In fact, let me correct myself there. Your first thought was to take influencers on a brand trip. Your first thought was to take influencers on a brand trip. So donate your $250,000. By all means, donate that. But you should have done it straight away. You should have done it before. That should have been the priority before the brand trip. And some people might say, oh well, she might have planned it before. I don't care. I don't care. Because the fact is, she still did this brand trip, everything went ahead, and only when she received backlash did she decide to donate. That isn't the actions of someone who genuinely cares, because if she did, like I keep saying, she would have done it straight away, or at least before other priorities. As for this recent brand trip that they've had, it's the same kind of thing. It just feels so out of touch in the world that we're living in. There's people in your country who can't afford eggs, and you're wanting to take influencers on brand trips. There's people in my country who can't afford eggs. I'm not saying it's, solely the US. I just mean because she lives in America, but my point is, it's so out of touch. So out of touch. The videos that I saw from this most recent one are horrible. They were like partying on the beach, in the sea, ocean, whatever you want to call it, doing very boring things in my opinion. And as an introvert, it is my idea of hell to be on a beach with a load of strange people that I've never met. Well, not strange people, but just strangers that I haven't met before, or maybe I have, but it'd be very briefly. That is just my idea of hell all over. But even if it wasn't, where is the correlation again? What has Tarte got to do with the beach? What has Tarte got to do with alcohol? What has Tarte got to do with a bunch of influencers running around half naked on a beach, drunk, wasted? And of course, seeing that online, other people have thought the same. Where's the correlation? There's no correlation there. It is literally just, in my opinion anyway, it is just, these brand trips are done from Tarte specifically. I'm only talking about Tarte here. They're done to just get everyone talking yet again. Another marketing strategy where they just want to get everyone talking. Whether it's positive or negative, they want you to talk. It don't matter. It don't matter for Maureen how you're talking about the brand, as long as you are. It's very odd to me, and I'm surprised they're still about. I really am. There's brands out there like Barry M and Pat McGrath at the moment that are like not doing well, and it's not in their control. And then you've got brands like Tarte that somehow seem to still be about. Somehow people are still buying from them. Have a word with yourself, please, because let me know what you think. Maybe it's just me. I doubt it is. I'm certain it isn't. There's so many people on the internet that seem to agree. I guess just let me know what you think. Am I being too harsh? Or am I not being harsh enough? I think it's the latter. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe if this channel is your vibe. Love you. Bye.